Giving USA is an important tool to development officers as they consider how their program is doing in the context of philanthropy across the country compared to other institutions in their sector. It gives them a good baseline for consideration and how are they doing each year.
We were very pleased to see the Giving USA report this year, again showing an uptick in philanthropy across the country, largely following the steadily improving economy.
Philanthropy is tracking the economy very closely, so we're seeing a very slow rate of growth overall, but we're seeing a return at the high end. And as we see executive compensation coming back, the stock market rebounding to levels close to where they were at their peak, we're seeing gifts returning at very high levels. The number of $10 million gifts and $100 million gifts are returning to record levels. We're still seeing slowness, flatness, and even some declines at lower gift levels, which is consistent with what's happening in the middle class and even among affluent individuals, short of being truly wealthy.
Across the board, universities and medical centers are much more willing to talk in their fundraising materials about the economy and the fact that other people are having troubles. It used to be that people didn't want to touch on that, but now they're making more of an emphasis of that in the need for financial aid, the need for assistance in medical centers to care for greater patient loads because of the economy. And I think people are, that's working. People don't perceive that as negativity. They perceive it as reality.
The volatility now is the new norm, and that may be reflected, I think, in individual giving, that people are willing to take a little more of a chance. And the other point about that is, while they're taking a chance, they're still overall being cautious. So therefore the rise in bequests and planned giving, which I think again has very, very significant and clear implications for development staffs around the country.
One of the things that I noticed in the report that was very heartening is that consumer confidence has been up 3.6% between the end of 2010 to the end of 2011. This is compared to 0% between 2009 and 2010. This bodes very, very well in what all of us consider today to be a very uncertain economy.
To see that the international sector had increased so much, what I think they failed to look at was that most of those internationals in the top 10 are very religious based. That is one of their main drivers there. So they're religion with a cause. And I'm wondering if this report and some of the previous years is indicating a shift from giving to your local parish and moving towards a religious-based cause gift.
We continue to see the great bulk of giving in America coming from individuals. When you add it all up, bequests, individual giving money from living people, as well as giving from family foundations, it's probably 88% of the overall numbers given.
What I believe I see is that there are many fundraising basic principles that are reaffirmed by what we've experienced during the past several years of our recession. The importance of a strong case, the involvement of organizational leadership in fundraising, and certainly the very keen and critical importance of stewarding donor relationships.
What we've seen with our clients is kind of interesting. Their overall numbers have been up slightly, consistent with what we've seen in Giving USA. But their donor counts have fallen slightly, and their average gift size seemed to be going up slightly. What I think may be going on here is when we talk to donors, what we hear from them is that they're making choices about which philanthropy and organizations they're going to support.
We see more due diligence in what it is donors and how donors make decisions. They drill down more, they think harder about the commitment they're making. They're decisive, but they're thoughtful, and they certainly ask a great many more questions. They are responsive to the levels of stewardship we see across our donor institutions, and quite keenly are sensitive to those issues of stewardship. They want to be sure that the money that they've given is given for good purpose, that it's spent in the way that they've intended, and most importantly, that it's having the impact that they wanted to have in making those kinds of gifts. I think our institutional clients have gotten more and more skilled at reporting back and bringing back to those individual donors evidence of that impact, and almost, I think, an inspiring view of what has happened that could not have otherwise happened without their philanthropy.